Hey, welcome back to our Boruto review. I'm your host, the Cinder Blaze, and today we have.
Makotoa.
Oh man, at the beginning of this whole movie arc, I expect them to change up the tuning exams like just a little bit because we have two like entirely new relevant teams in the mix. The way they handled it was probably the safest bet. I don't really care too much how far Denki's team and the class reps team really goes in this tournament, but overall, I felt like this was like a fun little look at the movie. They added some extra scenes here and there, so it just kind of made like the whole thing a little bit more enriching, I think. But what do you think about this episode overall?
This episode was satisfactory. It got things done. I'm glad we're not moving at a snail's pace, since we do already know what's going to happen. Like, in that sense, I'm fine with us just, get the ball rolling. Because now that I think about it, as much as I'd love to have um, a more fleshed out sort of tuning exams for this generation, the fact that we already know what's going to happen, it just takes a lot of the fun out of it. It takes a lot of the excitement out of it. So it's best to like keep this stuff brief. Although we didn't have the other two groups, the other two leaf groups in the movie, I believe. This is fine. It still got to showcase them a little bit at the very least, and then they had like a little group huddle between them all, winners
Yeah,
and losers.
yeah, it's
And
nice to see that.
Denki's like, no, I'm all right. I've gotten stronger since
Oh
training to
my
be a
god.
ninja. I'm like, oh, all right, Denki, okay. Although I will say I did very much enjoy that moment where we just got him like being thrown into the wall.
Yes, yeah, that was.
That was good.
Oh my god.
Ugh, I don't
When
know
they did
why.
that jump cut and we see Denki smashed in the
Yes,
wall with Shinky's sand, I'm just like, yes.
it was good. That was good. And I mean, it would have been amazing if they somehow turned this like the fight between Metal and Gara 2.0. I don't even remember his name.
Shinky. I
Shinky.
just looked it up. Don't
You
worry about
just
it.
Yeah, Shinky and Metal. It's funny because Metal Lee is fighting against Metal Sand, huh? That's
Yeah.
mm,
And Rock Lee fought against Roxanne.
wow.
It's amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people would have probably wanted to see some sort of like homage to that fight in this.
Yeah.
But this isn't a 1v1 tournament. And honestly, if they actually went balls deep and started fighting each other like that, that would just make no sense for Shinky's character in particular. Metal Lee, maybe. Like, his team was so
Yeah,
much
they got wrecked.
worse. I'm pretty sure
I
Shinky 1v3'd them.
yeah, pretty much. I love how the other two Sand Ninja were just sitting back and watching. They didn't even need to pitch in.
Yeah.
But that was great.
Yeah.
We got an adequate amount of just a little bit of nostalgia, just seeing like the Rock Lee form sort of kicking that sand in the air. It was all right. Maybe we'll see more of this kind of thing later on. I'm sure that they won't forget this moment. They won't forget that dynamic, I think.
Yeah. Um, Although, like, him kind of kicking away the sand kind of makes it feel really weak. It kind of like reminds me of that one moment when Gaara's just kind of like chilling on the train, and this dude like brings up his like laser weapon, shoots it at Gaara, and he decides to block it with sand.
Okay, what the frick? That was so dumb. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't care how you're trying to make these guys seem overpowered and stuff. That was so stupid. I'm like, it just lasered through the sand and caught him in the heart, and then just took his chakra heart out or something. Like, what was that?
It's like, I have taken your willpower.
Yeah,
You know what? I guess you have.
it,
I
it was
have
it was
no.
like in the shape of a like red sphere. So it was like, is that his heart? Is that his like? Is that like a chakra fruit all of a sudden or something like that?
Yeah, like what I was thinking was probably like a conscious remnant of the Shukaku, but like
Something.
Gar didn't like kind of like react to it in that certain way. Like maybe he
Yeah.
could have like tried to like get into contact with Naruto or Kurama or Shukaku or something, but apparently now he just takes his like willpower or whatever he calls it. Like I'm just going by the
I don't.
sub.
Yeah, I don't know if he was referring to that, or if he was referring to his That was confusing. I'm sure we'll get a better explanation of it later because that's not going to just disappear and become irrelevant. That's obviously set up for something else, and that's set up for something that seems to be extracurricular that we didn't see in the previous in the movie, the
Yeah,
actual movie. So
yeah,
all that was definitely added. We also got the Boruto and his dad Naruto scene.
yeah. Like I like that in the movie, and they did it just as well in the anime. So I have to give them props with that because they basically copied it. They extended it a
I
little bit. Like the nervousness that Naruto had was a lot more like um, not developed, but like it was more evident in this scene. You know.
Did you recently rewatch the movie or something? Because I don't remember. Like,
Yeah, like a while back, but it was like I think in the movie it was a lot shorter, but like right here, it's been like an ongoing issue in the Boruto anime where like there's this disconnect between the two, especially with like the issues with both of the birthdays. Boruto was really anal about birthdays apparently this year, so when he just kind of he doesn't even know what to say to him, like we can kind of see it a little bit more in this one, or maybe I'm
yeah,
just delusional and it's exactly the same.
it. I couldn't tell the difference honestly. I wouldn't have been surprised if it was just ripped entirely from the movie.
Yeah. Oh,
um,
another scene that I was kind of glad to see back from the movie was when Boruto was kind of like training with Sasuke, and he does like the Shuriken technique. And he's like, "Oh, you gotta do it like this," and he's like, "But that's your guys' special jutsu. Like, why would
oh
I have to
yeah,
know about it?" And he just like, oh my god, why is never mind.
yeah, yeah. I gotta suddenly go D&D.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, that was funny. That was great. Just showing that whippersnapper.
yeah. I think it
No.
was a little bit longer in the movie, honestly, because I did rewatch that, and it just felt like there was like more depth to the shuriken training because apparently it's gonna be relevant later on. I think we got like little snippets of it in the preview, but
Mm-hmm.
like we can kind of see how you know Borto wants immediate results for whatever he's doing. He wants to just like get the acknowledgement, like, and since he's already got it, like heading into the oh no, never mind, he didn't already get that was at the end of this one, right? When he beats the are they from the mist? I forget, like the blue twin triplets.
Oh, those were from the rain. I guess maybe that's the same thing.
No, because the rain is for pain is from whatever, like let's just jump right towards that. So
Yeah.
about like the second part of the tuning exams, which is like the replacement for like the force of death, which I think that this is a more appropriate exam for this new age in the shinobi world. What do you think about just having this test? Because like the force of death was something that
I,
was
I remember distinctly when watching the movie the first time, seeing this kind of like environment just hyped me up so much. I thought that it was the coolest thing that they were in like an abandoned apartment complex type situation, jumping from like the raftings all over the roof and stuff. I thought that was the coolest thing, and I just wanted desperately that when the anime finally covered this, that we would, it would get a more in-depth explanation or expanded, time in this area in this setting because I just thought it was the coolest thing to see ninja battles here. But now that we're already back here, I'm just like, it's still really cool, but since I already know what's gonna happen, let's just continue on with this. No need to like linger too long.
yeah,
Unfortunately, I do love this setting though.
yeah. Like I would have liked them to exploit the actual setting they were in, but the only
Mm-hmm.
kind of interaction we had was on a rooftop. So it was just like the same as any other like rooftop or floor or ground. It
Yeah.
isn't it left more to be desired. And like if you want to
Yeah.
compare it to um was it Naruto again, when they did have their fight in not the Forest of Death, but like that one thing in like, or it is in the Forest of Death, but the place where they took their preliminary 1v1s when Rock Lee kind of like flips up to the top of like the
yeah.
ninja
It was
symbols.
like inside of a tower, and
Yeah,
then inside it was like this huge. And they've already had a place like that during Boruto's time in the academy. We've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
that type of battle arena.
yeah. Like I would like to see some more of that, or if not like in that type of arena when they're like fighting in the forest and they're using the actual forest to
Hmm.
dodge and maneuver. But whatever, let's just not like dwell on like that. It's a lost opportunity, but let's just,
Yeah.
it's not important honestly. And if people kind of like want this tuning exam to feel as impactful as the other ones,
Hmm.
the purpose of this tuning exams isn't to build like this type of universe and like all the rivals. I mean, they did like showcase them here just briefly, but it's more as a means to kind of further Boruto's individual problem.
Yeah.
So that's stuff we're gonna get with the Otsutsuki clan people and their shenanigans later on. But there's one fight I want to talk about, and that is the stupid strategy that Team Seven uses in this in this tournament. Why are there not two people defending their freaking flag?
Yeah, there were four people.
Actually, that's one more thing that was kind of amusing in the beginning of the episode when Boruto spawns like one extra shadow clone, and then like the other shadow clones are giving him shit for being the new one.
For being the new one, yeah. That's really strange. I don't remember Naruto's shadow clones outside of filler having their own personalities.
But that
But
filler was freaking hilarious. I'll give it that. And like they didn't take too much time with that joke, so I'm glad about that. But like if they did that against any other team besides Denki's and the Glass Reps, they would have lost.
also, Ten had a cameo in this episode, and I just that moment she's like, Did he not weave signals to do that water jutsu? Wow, he must be good. I didn't even, he weaves signals so fast that even I couldn't see them. That's the Hokage's son for you.
Yeah,
Like,
and
oh, Ten. Wow.
like I would assume that 1010, the master of ninja tools, would have some knowledge of the ninja scroll techniques, or like that one device that Boruto has on his hand is, you
It's
know.
technically a ninja tool, isn't it?
Exactly. So maybe that's something she would have in the back of her mind when looking at this thing. But I like, despite me being like, "God, God, Tintin, why are you so incompetent as a proctor?" It is
Yeah,
it is the son of the
it's the
Hokage.
son of the Hokage, so it worked. It
Yeah,
it kind of does.
and like everyone kind of knows Boruto's good, so it's fine. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of bullshit, but it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was just, that
Yeah.
was fun to see. Um, yeah. Oh yeah. Boruto using the ninja tool to just like 1v3 the the scrubs that only use Shadow
Yeah.
Clone Jutsu.
Yeah.
Now knowing how good Boruto is at hand-to-hand combat, it kind of made me feel kind of sad seeing Boruto kind of just lose all of them, not even put up a fight. They just like ran through him. Just like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I wish they would have expanded that a little bit more, because like in the context of the anime, it doesn't make as much sense as it did in the movie, where Boruto could be just Naruto skill level for all we know, and it would make perfect sense. But
Mhm.
not right here. Like
Yeah.
he was putting up a fair fight against Kaguya, or not Kaguya, that one swordsman from the Hidden Mist that decided not to show
Yeah,
up.
that dude, Kagura.
Yeah, Kagura. Oh well. Well, those are like my thoughts. Do you have any final thoughts for this episode?
Just that I'm excited that we're into the final round here, and we get to see Shikadai verse off against Boruto.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna get that just yet because we're gonna go through the first round people first, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I it was sort of hinting at that, and I'm actually on board with that idea. I do want to see these other matches. And I guess if there is going to be a place where we're going to get more for this tuning exam, that's added to it, this is the place to do it. When
Yeah.
it's 1v1s for other characters outside of just Boruto.
Yeah, and I feel like the fights are all gonna be around 2 to 5 minutes each because we see 3 fights in the preview for this week's
Oh,
episode. So I don't think we're gonna dwell on any of them for too long. I don't think it's even that important for us to see the entire fights because like most of the fights, were kind of determined relatively quickly. And when you look back at it
okay.
in like Naruto, the reason those fights took as long as they did was because they were talking.
Well, also because they were some of the first fights we ever got with certain characters, so we were discovering their talents and potentially some of their backstories as well. So,
Yeah, like Neji was just standing there telling the life story of the Hyuga clan for a solid 2 episodes. So, uh, like I don't think we're gonna get that deep of a backstory unless
yeah.
Boruto somehow gets matched up with Shinki and just presses some buttons,
That's true. Yeah.
which I don't think we'll get. But I'm looking forward to the fights we didn't get to see in that movie. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for us. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Check out the description for all the social media links and that juicy Discord link as well. We'll catch you later. Keep it juicy.
See you next time.
And oh, I was gonna start recording. Boom, outro.
Close one.
I mean, if I drop the outro, it wouldn't be the worst thing. I mean, this is a lengthy review. It's going on about 17 minutes already.
Yeah.